Good evening. Today we will discuss about arrest, which is under Rule 113 of the Rules of Court. So arrest is the taking of a person into custody in order that he may be bound to answer for the commission of an offense that is provided under Section 1. No, Section 1 of Rule 113. It defines what arrest is. Defines arrest. Okay. So it deprives the person of his right to liberty. Because under the Constitution, every person has the right to liberty. So what is the right to liberty? That is our constitutional right, that we have the right, we have the freedom to move, freedom to go wherever we want to go. So this is the right that is being restricted, no, when a person is being arrested. So an arrest, if done properly and if it follows the procedure based on our law, it is the lawful it's the lawful violation, no, or parang it's the lawful deprivation of a person's right to liberty, kasi nga this is a constitutional right, and a lawful arrest allows a person to deprive, no, the arrestee his constitutional right to liberty. So there are certain rules in our law which we follow in order that the arrest will be considered lawful. So in an arrest, there is no required bodily touch. Bodily touch is not required. Ibig sabihin, it's not necessary na hawakan mo siya. No, it's not necessary that you put the cuff, you cuff him, no? Hindi necessary 'yon. It's enough that that person is deprived of his right to liberty, and all the requisites, no, of an arrest is present, then the person is considered to be under the custody, or he is considered to have been arrested. And it's not necessary also that you employ violence, no, or force in arresting a person. Maximum tolerance ang ini-impose, no, ng ating kapulisan in terms of arresting a person. So that means we should not use force unless it is really necessary. As to declaration to arrest a person, it's not required that you declare or you announce that you are arresting that person. The mere intention or the mere portrayal or intention to arrest that person is enough. No, but do not confuse this with the rule on the Miranda Doctrine. No. Ang sabi kasi, okay, sabi kasi dito, under the case of Omar versus People of the Philippines, which was decided in 2015, the mere intention to arrest is enough. This is in terms of the notice, no, notice to arrest, because as a rule you need to introduce yourself, no, you introduce your authority to arrest, and then you inform that person that he is being arrested. But that is the general rule. This is the general rule. The exception is um, there are certain scenarios which the notice, no, or announcement or the declaration to arrest that person is not necessary, especially if there is a possible fleeing of that person being arrested, no. So kung baka tatakas siya, especially when he is nagtatago siya, no, wala siyang alam na arestuhin siya, wala siyang alam na may warrant siya. So if if um if that happens, pwedeng hindi naman na-notify. But we have to take note of the Miranda doctrine. Before you actually take him into custody, you should inform him, no? Inform him of his rights, no? That is under the Constitution. And you should inform him of his constitutional right to remain silent, to counsel, and so on and so forth, no? So you review your constitutional law. So that is the exception. Ngayon, what if the arrestee o yung taong aarestuhin is resistance. There's resistance of the person being arrested. So anong mangyayari if the person resisted of being arrested? What is his liability? Anong liability ng person na arestuhin if magre-resist siya? The liability of that person is it may be for under Article 151 or the crime of resistance and disobedience. Under the revised penal code, no? So yan ang liability niya. As to the officer enforcing the arrest, no? Under section 11 of Rule 113, nakalagay dyan that an officer, in order to make an arrest, may break into any building or enclosure. Ibig sabihin, if ang officer effecting the arrest cannot go inside the building or the enclosure where the person to be arrested may be found, pwede siyang mag-break into. Ibig sabihin, sirain ang any door or any points of entry nung building para makapasok, no? But hindi, as I've said kanina, this is only applicable if it's necessary. If open naman yung door or inalaw ka naman ng entry or hindi naman kailangang basagin yung bintana or sirain yung door para makapasok, makapasok, then you don't need to break into the building. No? You can only do this if it is necessary. Ngayon, kung nakapasok na sa building, nangyari nasa bahay, okay, nasa bahay, nasa loob yung aarestuhin. Tapos, nakapasok ka na ngayon. Ang problema, hindi ka makalabas. After going inside, you cannot leave the premises. Then you are also authorized to break out of that building. Ibig sabihin, pwede mong sirain ang door or ang window if necessary para makalabas.